Am I in the share screen? Goals. They are more this is the trend number one. Which is the environmental, social, and governance, okay, which every organization must comply with the benchmark for their in terms of financing and the investment. perspective. Okay, we are very conscious on the leads most of the organizations to move forward the sustainability concept. The third one, we are talking about the rise of the green logistics. Okay, rise. The overall warehouse operations. So this is we are talking about the green logistics environment. Okay, the rise of the green logistics. And of course, the fourth one, we are talking about this main theme of our today discussions, which is green warehouse. So these are some of the most powerful change that we can see today. Most of the organizations, especially in warehousing, they are using the solar roof. Not only in the warehouse, even in most of our houses, again, we can see a lot of people are nowadays moving towards this solar roof thing because this able to turning logistics hub into energy producers, number one. Number two, we are talking about LED lighting, okay? This simple switch reduce the energy use up to 75%. Okay, this is proven from compared to the traditional lighting. Okay, and the last one, we are talking about the digital system, which most of the warehouses today are using smart WMS. Okay, the WMS means warehouse management system. They are using automated storage and retrieval systems, and of course HVAC.
Recording in progress.
Which is we call it as a heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems, which integrate sensors in the warehouses. So this is very important because it will lead the warehouse owner to use the resources as what we needed, no more, no less. So that's why together, this upgrade doesn't just reduce emissions, they are also lower the long-term operation cost. So this is the trends, the trend. Now, we understand that global momentum behind the sustainability. Let's now dive in what basically means by the green warehousing. So I believe every one of you understand that at its core, okay, warehousing, or we talk about the green warehousing, meanings the designing and operating a warehouse to reduce the environmental footprint. Okay, so this is the most important. So this goes far beyond the using the less electricity. It's about rethinking, okay, rethinking every part of the warehouse in terms of their building, maintenance, and how it's being run, okay, in order to ensure that the materials that being used for the constructions to the energy powering for the operations as well as how the waste being managed. So that's why when we're talking about the green warehousing, what is the key pillar that we are thinking about it? Okay, so again, the renewable energy is very important. Many warehouses today are installing solar panels on their rooftop to ensure that they are they are having renewable power that can support lighting, okay? HVAC, the one that we are talking just now, and the automated system. So this is very important. And of course, the number two, we are talking about the efficient lighting. And the third one, we are talking about sustainable materials, the one that we are talking about these insulations to shelving, right? Green warehouse recycling and low impact or locally sourced materials that can reduce the embedded carbon and last longer. And of course, digital operations is also very important. The automations, the IoT, the smart WMS is not only improve the productivity, but also minimize the energy waste as well as a resource use by optimizing the temperature, space, and inventory flow. And the last one, we are talking about the waste reductions. I believe every one of you, we have 8 ways in the operations. Okay. So this include the practice like recycling packaging materials, okay, and reducing food or product spoilage and managing water use responsibly. So every grams of waste avoided the save money and emissions. So that's why waste reductions is very important. So these 5 pillars works. Okay, 5 pillars means works together to turn a warehouse from the energy consumer, okay, from a passive energy consumer into an active player in the sustainable practice. Now, I believe every one of you, you are keep thinking why it matters. So why green warehouse matters? So we have 2 major reason behind this. Okay, high electricity consumption. So of course, warehouse are typically very large building, okay, very energy intensive building, especially in our both countries' climate, Indonesia and Malaysia, okay, because we are required air conditioning, we are required cold storage where cooling systems is required 24/7. So that's why high electricity consumptions that makes green warehouse practice is important in nowadays environment. Okay, number 2, major carbon link in supply chain. So when we are talking about this warehouse, okay, warehouse become as the central hub in the supply chain. So it's if they are run on fossil fuel, okay, which is the traditional basis, okay, together with inefficient system, which is without the digital technology, okay, their carbon footprint can move through the entire supply chain from one chain to another. Okay, so from the manufacturer to the last mile delivery. So this will harm the environment. So making warehouse greener doesn't just help the company, it simplifies the sustainability across the full logistic network. That's why when we are talking about the green supply chain, green warehouse, okay, green warehouse is just a trend, okay, it's not just a trend, it's a strategic move that combines environmental care with operational efficiency and brand leadership. So this is very important. We are talking about the branding nowadays, okay? So I just going through a very brief about the difference between traditional and green warehouse into 4 different aspects. Okay, we are talking about these energy consumptions, constructions, materials, waste management, as well as transportation leaks. When we are talking about the energy, okay, energy constructions, traditional warehouse, okay, tend to be very energy intensive. They rely on outdated lighting, okay, heating, as well as the ventilation systems. They are often running all day round, okay, regardless of actual needed. However, when we're talking about the green warehouse, they are using the solar systems where they are having all the automations in place. Okay, they use solar or LED whenever they need it. Okay, and they have the what we call it, the sensor, to ensure that whenever we want, we will use it, and whenever we don't want it, we just turn it off. So this is how the green warehouse currently utilize their energy consumptions, and it's proven in some cases energy saving can reach 30 to 35% just from upgrading to the green system. So that's why it's very important to transform our current warehouses into the more futuristic warehouse. I mean, not only warehouse, put yourself in our day-to-day life. Similarly, okay, we have to ensure that we are practicing the green practices, okay? Number 2, we are talking about the constructions materials. In traditional warehouse, they are usually built their warehouse, okay, from the concrete, often with little or no insulations at all. So this makes them overheating. Their warehouse is overheating and overcooling, okay, which is end up increase the energy use. However, when we are talking about the green warehouse, okay, they are incorporate a sustainable materials such as the recycling, insulations, low impact flooring, and energy efficiency routing system. I believe all the practitioners here, okay, together with me today, you agree with me, because these kind of sustainable materials are designed with environmental performance in mind. Okay, not just think about the durability. However, they are thinking how they are able to lower the carbon and better thermal performance. So this is in terms of the construction materials. So when we are talking about the waste management, the previous, okay, the traditional setup, we talk about the traditional setup. Waste is not often being managed in a very reactive way. They are only deal when it become a problems. Okay, when there is a problems, only then they try to overcome it. Okay, for example, in traditional practice, the packaging waste pile ups and materials are rarely being recycled. However, when we are talking about the green warehouses, they are being more proactive. Okay, which is the not even in warehouse, even in our day-to-day life also we are try to implement the 3R concept, 3R mindset, which is reuse, reduce, recycle, and reuse. So this mindset, okay, this mindset, okay, can enhance or can assist the organizations to segregate the waste streams and even compose the organic waste when applicable. So it's not just about the disposal, it's about designing waste out of the system from the start. So we have to think how we are able to transform, okay, waste into a profitable elements. Okay, and the last one, the last aspect, which is the most important when we are talking about the green warehousing, is on the transportation link. Okay, traditionally, okay, the traditional warehouse often contribute to high emission due to the diesel. Okay, diesel, they are using diesel and inefficient routing. Okay, because of sometimes the route cannot be traced online. Okay, but nowadays, in contrast, okay, when we're talking about this green housing, they support the clean logistics. Okay, they are often paired with the EVs, hybrid, and digital routing tools that end up optimize the delivery path to reduce the fuel consumptions. And even in some cases, I believe in Indonesia as well, they integrate with urban micro hub for the last mile delivery. So that's why green warehouse, okay, is not about doing less harm. Okay, it is a complete redesign of how we build, okay, we operate and we integrate warehouse into the supply chain. So every decisions, okay, you are all the leaders here and the future leaders here, okay, every decision from the energy to waste become an opportunity to increase the efficiency and reduce the environmental impact. So, so this is some of the takeaways that we can think of, okay, why the transformations towards the green warehousing is very important. So this is some of the benefit, okay, when we are talking about these transformations to the green warehousing. We are talking about the lower carbon emissions. This what we have discussed earlier, okay? Because, for example, renewable energy, better installations and efficient lighting produced, okay, can enhance the warehouse performance itself. Number one. Number two, we are talking about the long-term cost saving. Of course, we cannot compare. Okay, we cannot talk about the initial capital that we have to pay off. Okay, but we are talking about this long-term cost saving. Although the initial investments like installing solar panel or digital system can be high, okay, the operational saving over can be a significant. For example, lower bills, okay, lower energy bills, low maintenance due to the efficient systems, and of course, we can reduce the waste management. So that's why long-term cost saving will be one of the benefit of the green warehousing. Number three, we are talking about this regulatory compliance. Most of the countries, including Indonesia and Malaysia, we have our own bodies, okay, to ensure that all the organizations are comply with the regulations. Because by adopting green warehousing, company stay ahead of the curve, meaning they are able to ensure that they are at the competitive advantage. So they have to comply with the emission laws. They have to get the green certification. For example, you heard about LEED, you heard about BREEAM, H, okay? So later we are going through all the certifications. And of course, when the company are comply with this kind of certifications, they enjoy, okay, or they can have access to the government incentive or tax relief. So this is very important. So when we are talking about the going green, it's help avoid penalties, okay, through the compliance, okay, and improve business eligibility for the business sector contract. So this is the third one. And of course, the fourth one is very important. We are able to increase the brand value. Sustainability or green practices is now a key part of the brand identity. So we as a customer, okay, the investor, and even the future employees also are looking to the sustainable environment. A green warehouse is a visible symbol of the company commitment of sustainability. So it's very important, again, to ensure that the practices of the sustainability and green are able to enhance trust, attract new market segment, and differentiate the company brand in competitive sectors, especially for the B2B business. It's very important, okay? And the most important, we as the employees, if we put ourselves as the employee, we are looking for the healthier workplace. So this is the most important, okay? We are looking to a better place to work, especially cleaner air, okay, due to the better ventilation, kan, natural air lighting, and temperature control, less exposure to pollutions and noise. So this is the things that we are looking at, because when we are happy, okay, when we are satisfied with our workplace, means they contribute to low absenteeism, okay, and of course they will contribute to a better productivity. So meaning to say it's a win-win situations. So people feel better, okay, and operation run smoother. So this is the benefit of having the green warehousing. Of course, we cannot see in the beginning of the implementations. It is related to number 2, which is long-term impact. So when we talk about the green warehousing, it's not just talking about the environmental impact. We are talking about long-term business resilience, okay, compliance, as well as the cost efficiency. Of course, brand reputations, we cannot admit that. And the most important is human being, okay, human being, okay. It's not a trade-off, it's a transformation, okay. We transform from the traditional practice into the current practice, which is more people-oriented. Now, some of the technologies we have talked earlier, but I just want to highlight some of the technology being used. The first one, IoT sensors. This is very important, okay, to detect, okay, to track the conditions of the warehouse in terms of the temperature, humidity, occupancy, and lighting. It's very important, this one, because this, for example, cooling is reduced when no workers are present, okay, in a storage zone. So this will boost, okay, the energy efficiency and preserve the sensitive inventory like food or electronics. So this is the real-time data from the sensors, which enable the dynamic control of the warehouse environment, number 1. Number 2, we are talking about the WMS system for the optimizations, okay. When we are talking about the WMS system, it's a systems that optimize the warehouse layout, inventory tracking, as well as the movement of the goods inside the warehouse itself. So when we have this system, they are able to reduce the travel distance for the forklift, okay. They are able to track. It's very difficult to imagine. We just imagine the vacuum, the robot vacuum that we are using in our house. So same concept, we are able to keep track which area we should clean the floor. So same things to the WMS, okay. They are able to keep track the forklift movement. So this is very important, because by having these systems, okay, we are able to prevent the overstocking and understocking, the most important, and coordinate shipment, okay, coordinate shipment and return to reduce delay and emissions. And when we have this smart WMS, meaning we are able to lower the cost, and at the same time, we are able to lower the carbon emissions, number 2. Number 3, we are talking about the electric forklift and AGVs, okay, automated guided vehicle. So this reduces the carbon emissions and noise pollutions, as well as AGV use sensors to map, okay, and to navigate the warehouse. So this is the complement to the WMS system, the one that we have just discussed, okay. So this reduces the dependency on the grid and cut long-term energy costs. All right, number 3. So this is how the 3 example of the systems. Okay, the 4th one, we are talking about the solar panels. Okay, this is very important for the clean electricity, the one that we have discussed. Okay, so especially the countries like Malaysia and Indonesia, okay, with the rainfall season. So we have to fully utilize the solar panels, okay, this one. And no, I mean the solar panel is for the fifth one, for the reuse water. So solar panels is the most important because we are in the heating environment, so we can reduce the use of traditional light. And the rain water harvesting is important to collect and reuse water. So very important. This is five. Again, this is five. Altogether, this technology form a backbone to a modern green warehouse. So all these five technologies are able to reduce emissions, save money for long term, and deliver better performance across the board. So this is very important for every one of us to understand the types of technology being used. Now, to build the green technology, we cannot say just we are sustainable. Okay, so as per what we have gone through just now, we are talking about this certification. So when we are building the green building, we need to verify. Okay, so the official green building certifications is important. So these three is example from the global practices. We have LEED, which is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, which is developed by the US. Okay, and their focus is on the energy and water performance, materials, indoor air quality, and innovation. So this one of the certifications that being used. Amazon, for example, okay, they have this LEED, okay, to ensure that they able to lower the operational cost and better tenant interest. So when you have the certifications, you will attract the tenant, okay, to attach to your company. Number two, we have H, okay, which is stand for the design, excellent in design for greater efficiencies, okay, which is developed by World Bank and International Finance Corporations. So this H is emphasized on the cost efficient, okay, designed to cut energy, water, and material use. And the next one we have H. No, we have BREEAM. Okay, we have BREEAM developed by the UK. BREEAM stands for Building Research Establishment Environment Assessment Methods. Okay, this is developed by the UK. Their focus is on waste reductions and energy saving, pollution control. Of course, it's known for its rigorous assessment and performance benchmarking. And of course, talking about Malaysia local hero, we have GBI, Green Building Index. Okay, the GBIs were created especially for Malaysia with climate and policy alignment. Okay, so this is Malaysia own certifications. Okay, for example, they are looking into the energy efficiency, indoor environmental quality, sustainable site planning, and a few more factors they are looking at. So warehouse certified by the GBI demonstrate a strong commitment to national sustainability goals and reduce operational costs over time. Because when you are having the GBI, meaning it's not about saving the power. I mean saving costs. Okay, it's about future proofing the building for Malaysian sustainable development. Some of the company that being used that be certified by GBI, including Sunway. Okay, you heard about Sunway, and then we have UEM. We have Petronas Malaysia. We have Nestle as well. And local brand company, which is PKT Logistics. And not only Malaysia, we also have Green Ship by Indonesia. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Green Ship is developed by the Green Building Council Indonesia. Okay, they are looking into the site development, air quality, energy efficiency, indoor air health, and a few more. Okay, so they have a rating system: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum, I believe. Okay, and these certifications support the Indonesians' climate goals and provide companies with a formal benchmark. And I believe some of you who are running a business here, you have a Green Ship certifications, okay, which align closely with the national sustainability goals and support urban resilient Indonesia. So I believe, wherever you are, okay, when we are designing a warehouse, either in US, okay, in UK, Malaysia, or Indonesia, there's a green standard or green certificate that we have to use as a guide, okay, to meet both environmental and regulatory standard. So certificate is being credibly, okay, trackably, and long-term value to any green warehouse initiative. So that's why certifications is very important. So this is some of the differences and the items that you can have. This slide, if you need, I can share later on, okay, to have the difference between one to another certifications. And let's look into the global practice, okay, global successful green practices. The first one, we talk about the IKEA. Okay, IKEA, a very successful company which focus on this, we call it as the sustainable logistics. They are looking into the geothermal heating and cooling system, solar panel, and circular logistics. Okay, so IKEA aim to become a climate positive by 2030. So I believe not only IKEA, there is a lot more company are aiming 2030 as their turning point to this sustainability. Okay, then number two, we are talking about the Amazon. Amazon are very sensitive or very concerned on their net zero carbon facilities. Okay, they are building the net zero carbon facilities in the US, Europe, and India. Okay, and they use the renewable energy source. They have the LEED certifications, and their climate pledge include the making of the 50% of shipment towards the net zero by again 2030. And warehousing is central to their strategy. And of course, Maersk is a giant shipping company, also turning their current warehouse into the sustainable warehouse. Although they are a shipping industry, they are also practicing the low carbon warehouses in terms of their energy lighting saving, okay, solar installations, and few other strategies. Okay, so Maersk strategically is aligned, especially in Malaysia, growing demand for green logistics and support regional sustainable goal. So although it's an MNC company, all of this MNC company which is servicing Malaysia and Indonesia, okay, they are towards the sustainability because of the goal, okay, to cater with the day-to-day green transformation. So it's very important. When we are talking about Malaysia, we have I can't move. Okay, we have DHL, not only in Malaysia, we are talking about Indonesia as well. So Indonesia are also leading the way in logistics sustainability. Okay, they are the first company to offer carbon neutral shipping option in Malaysia. Okay, we talk about the Indonesia later on. And then the actual strategy aligned with both corporate goal and Malaysia push for cleaner logistics infrastructure. So that's why they are having their Go Green solutions, Go Green program to keep track, okay, and reduce the carbon emissions. So a lot of initiatives that they are doing, okay, by the DHL. And local warehouse, local company, okay, which is, we call it as the PKT Logistics. They have this 12-wave, a very long warehouse, okay. This warehouse is certified by GBI. They are being recognized as one of the most sustainable logistics facilities in Southeast Asia. If you can Google PKT, they are very well known, okay. So PKT often highlight as the model for green warehouse in Southeast Asia, okay, and even won an international award. And the third example of the company that practicing green warehouse is Nestle. Okay, Nestle approach shown that even food-related warehouse also can shift or can transform towards the green warehouse. So this is some of the practices that they are doing. Okay, part of the Nestle Global RE, Renewable Energy Initiative, is renew, reduce, replace, and remove. Okay, now this is an example in Malaysia. In Indonesia, with my little knowledge, I get to know that DHL supply chain under the Maheshwari Green Logistics Facility in Cikarang also, they are implementing green. Okay, I've seen the warehouse. Okay, I mean the video of their green warehouse. They are very into it. Okay, so they are really into the green practices with 400 billion rupiah investment. They are looking into the green warehouse facilities located in Cikarang. Not only looking to the facility, they are also very concerned on their employees, which they are also include in their planning to have the vertical guidance and jogging track, which are able to promote the well-being of the organizations or of the employees itself. And the third one, we have DKP. Warehouse number 2, if I'm not mistaken, where they are emphasizing on the eco-friendly features. This DKP Warehouse 2 demonstrate the sustainable warehouse in both feasible and beneficial for business in Indonesia. And the last one, what I can understand from Central Java is Vestland, Vestland Warehouse Developer. So Vestland are committed to showcase how the integrating green technologies can lead to a significant energy efficiency saving. So this is the three example from Indonesia, we have from Malaysia, we have from the global perspective. So this example illustrate, okay, that Indonesia is not only keeping pace with global sustainability trend, but also pioneering innovative, okay, approach in green warehousing. So it's no more a new terms, okay, green warehousing. By adopting these practices, okay, Indonesian companies are contributing to a more sustainable and efficient logistics sectors, which is we are complement to each other in terms of the sustainability in the Southeast Asia. So, but what, okay? We are talking about what and why, okay, green warehousing. Now let's focus on how we are able to do or to transform current into the sustainability practice. So this is the things that we have to look into. The first one, we have to audit. Okay, we have to do our current operations audit. We have to understand what is the current baseline, what we want to improve. So this is the most important, number one. Number two, we have to identify green importance area. So we have to prioritize, okay, which actions is the important one. So what consumes the most energy? What are the quick wins? So this is all the questions that we have to ask, okay? And then we have, of course, we have to engage with the stakeholders, including employees itself, okay? So we have to ask we have to ask our stakeholders, okay? Equally important, we get staff, we get vendor, we get leadership, okay? Into the lead. All right. So green warehousing is a team effort. So we have to understand, okay, either the switching to the LED lighting, we need to go first, or we want to implement the paperless systems, or we want to segregate waste at source. So we have to identify. Okay, we have to identify, and we need to get everybody involved. Now, the fourth one is we are talking about the green pilot green initiative, where staff training is very important. Okay, we have to assess our ROI. Okay, because investing in a green warehouse is a cost consuming in the initial. So we have to assess our ROI. We have to work out on the operational twists. Okay, what if situations and prove success before expanding. And the last one, what we have to do is we have to measure and scale. So this is very important. We have to set our own KPI to track performance and gradually scale our effort. So this is very important. We have to measure. We have to measure the reductions in energy consumptions, emissions, and waste. Measure and scale is the most important. We need to get a feedback, and then from the feedback we have to apply. So this is the step that we have to look into. So no company become green overnight. It's effort. Okay, it's a step-by-step approach. So green warehouse is not only positive. Okay, it's not only possible. It's not possible. It's a practical and achievable. Okay, so this is very important. So the key is to start now. Okay, we have to start small, like the LED paperless, okay, but we need to build constantly. So this is the most important. And this is some of the challenges that we are facing at our nowadays scenario, okay. The first one, as per what we have understand earlier, okay, we are talking about high cost of transition. Okay, so this is many companies, especially SMEs. SMEs see green warehouse as an expensive investment. Okay, because cost of solar panel is not cheap, automation is not cheap, smart systems is not cheap. So everything incur cost. So that's why this is the first challenge. So we need more finance support, incentive, as well as affordable technology. But of course, we have to prove that we can do it. Number one. Number two is because of the low awareness, especially in the secondary cities and rural area. So they don't understand. They don't understand, and they have a lack of understanding about the ROI. The sustainability is often not seen as business priority, and education and training is not there. So this is where we are here now. Okay, we want to educate. We want to understand why the green warehouse is important. Okay, so this shows the effort of the transitions is slow. Okay, especially in these two areas lah. And the third one is because of the policy gap itself. There's no clear building codes or building directions. Okay, so some countries have no clear green building guideline. Okay, and then often lack tax reductions or enforcement. There is no enforcement at all, and the regulatory framework differ widely from the Asian country. So that's why this is the three main challenges that we are facing, okay, either from the practitioner or from the provider. But where are we now? Okay, we have you guys, okay, young talent. Okay, so you are the major opportunity to co-create local solutions for the green warehouse. Okay, young tech talent. Okay, Southeast Asia has a rising pool of tech-savvy youth, which is you. Okay, which are ready to drive the innovations. So that's why it's very important for us, every one of us today, to have the idea or the knowledge about the green technology, again, green warehouse. So start up working on the energy monitoring, okay, not only when you are working now. So we have to start now. So we have to think what kind of warehouse automations that we should understand. And ULBI, I want to congratulate to ULBI because this platform is very important as a training platform to the new generations of the green engineer, the future green engineer and logisticians. Because I believe every one of you today, you have some idea, okay, what is green warehouse, what is the importance, and why we need to have these green practices. And of course, we in the Asian, we are cooperate among others. Okay, so this is very important. Okay. Number two. Okay, we haven't done one. Number two. Number two is on the green initiative emerging. So, for example, in Indonesia, you are given the tax holiday and custom exemptions, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so the tax relief and the custom exemptions is being given by the Indonesian's green building body. In Malaysia as well, the same incentive and investment tax allowance as Singapore, they are giving grants. So this is some of the initiative being given to the organization to encourage them, okay, to help them to offset initial costs and accelerate the adoptions. So this is the opportunities that we have, okay, and Asian cooperations. So we are in the Asians, we are a cross-border knowledge sharing, we are Asian Smart Logistics Network, we are having that Asian Smart Logistics Network. So now we are doing that task, okay? We are sharing, we are cross-border knowledge sharing, we try to have the standardizations of green certifications. We know in Indonesia, we have this kind of certification, in Malaysia, in global, okay? So together, Asian countries can create an ecosystem, okay, where green warehousing thrive, not just nationally, but regionally. So this is very important. Although we think that green warehouse is a bit tough to implement, however, okay, in Southeast Asia, the real challenges is here, but we have a lot of massive potential. You, as a youth, okay, as a young workforce, evolving policy and the power of regional unity will drive towards the green warehouse implementations. So it's time, it's time to turn this opportunity into the action. So guys, okay, you are the one, okay? So we need every one of you, okay? So that's why we are here today, okay? Why it's matter to every one of you, especially for the students? Because this initiative is in line with the SDGs number 9, 11, and 13. Number 9 is what? Is industry, innovation, infrastructure. Okay, so that's why green warehouse is part of the smarter, more resilient infrastructure. Now, SDG 11, so we are talking about sustainable cities and communities, okay, which green warehouses, okay, a green warehouse will help to reduce urban emissions and improve quality of life. And of course, number 13, we are talking about the climate action. So this is very important, which is the green warehouse is directly support emission reductions and sustainable resource use. So that's why by leading, by learning and acting in this space, okay, your contributions, your knowledge, okay, will contribute to global sustainability target, starting from you yourself, okay, to the future workplace. So number 1, which is very important, why we are having our session today. Number 2 is career path, okay. So you are able to enhance your career path in logistics. If you have the idea to transform from the traditional into the green practices, okay, the demand is there. Okay, so because the demand for green logistics professional is rising across the Southeast Asia, including Indonesia, including Malaysia. So company like DHL, in Malaysia we have DHL, in Indonesia also we have DHL, Mers, Nestle, and even Tokopedia, okay, and Shopee are exploring sustainable supply chain. So your knowledge on the green warehouse practice, technology, green certification can set you apart okay, in your job interview. So remember, this field is not a buzzword, it's a career path with long-term relevances, okay, relevance. So, and the last one, we are talking about the change maker. You can be the change maker, okay? All right, so you are the generation that will build the next wave of sustainable warehouse, sustainable business, smart infrastructure. Start to think, okay, how you are able to create a climate-aware supply chain. So this is very important, okay? So start with asking green question during your internship. Try when go to the interview, try to ask, okay, what is the green initiative that being done or being implemented in that company, okay, and then use the paperless initiative. So this is small steps, okay. So you don't have to wait to be the boss, to be a leader, no, to make a change. You just have to be aware that, okay, you have to be informed and you need to be bold, okay, to act towards the sustainability. So whenever you go into the logistics, operations, technology, or business management, remember this, sustainability isn't a niche, okay? Okay, it's a future, and you are perfectly positioned to lead it. Believe in you. Okay, you have to believe in yourself. Okay, so I have this final takeaway. I hope I'm not taking much time from you guys. Remember that, okay, sustainability is the logistic future. Okay, so green logistics and green warehousing, okay, are not passing trend. They are shaping the future of logistics, which is logisticians. You are the future logisticians. The clients, consumer, government are now expect for the responsible practices. So warehouse will be the heart, okay, of achieving carbon naturally and supply chain resilience. So if you want to be a future-proof your career, okay, what you have to do, you have to build the sustainability into your thinking from today. Okay, from today. So that's the most important because you already have the knowledge. Okay. Number two, okay, green warehousing is practical and impactful. Remember that. Okay, you don't need to wait for $1 billion budget to go green, as I told you earlier. Okay, so start with LED. Okay, LED, paperless, and an energy audit. So just do some audit. Only then you understand why we are doing that. Okay, engage your team, explore local certifications, measure the impacts. Very important. The beauty of the green warehouse is that it's both workable and transformational. It's workable, it's transformational. Okay, so every step, big or small, make a measurement. Okay, makes a measurement different. So that's why try to implement the green practices in your day-to-day. And of course, the third one, you can innovate and lead. So please, the leadership skills is in you. Okay, most importantly, you are not just observe as a students, I mean as the lecturers, okay, as an intern, whoever you are, and soon to be professional, okay, you are future decision maker. So please, you can introduce idea. Start thinking, challenge the status quo and lead the green project. So this is the most important. Every assignment that being assigned to you, try to think how you are able to embed, okay, the green practices into your assignment, for example. So your generations bring creativity, okay, text fluency and urgency that the industry needs. So the logistic, okay, the green logistics revolutions did innovators. And it means every one of you, every single of you is the innovators. So let's not wait for change, let's drive it, okay? Wherever you work in procurement, okay, warehouse design, data systems, policy, green thinking will be your greatest asset. So always think about the sustainability. Okay, once again, thank you for being here. I look forward to see you to lead the Indonesia and Southeast Asia towards a smarter, greener future in the logistics. I believe every one of you, you are able to play your role as a future leader in logistics green economy. Okay, so good luck to every one of you. This is the final call for action for every one of you. I need you to ask yourself, what will you do next in the next internship, for example, in your university project or workplace role to make warehousing more sustainable or to make your project more sustainable. Try to write it down, share with your friends, and start with one small steps that leads to the real impact. With that, I thank you to every one of you. Remember, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Norida. It is a very interesting explanation about green warehousing, and I agree when you said that Asia countries should stand together in implementing the greenhouse where the green warehousing, yeah. And I think students need to focus more on the last part when Dr. Norida mentioned about how we can be different with other candidates during the job interview. We have to set apart with our green knowledge, right? Yes, okay. So now we welcome three questions. We are now in the Q&A sessions. So anyone would like to discuss in person right now is your opportunity with Dr. Norida. You can raise your hand and we will open the mic for you. Yeah. Yes, any question?
Okay, seems everyone are too shy to ask the questions.
Uh, Maybe they are still thinking about what they are going to ask. Okay, maybe anyone would like to talk in person with Dr. Norida? You can raise your hand. Yeah? Okay. Okay, we are still waiting here. About the last question that you have in your last slide, Dr. Norida, has it ever been asked before to students?
Yeah, you mean this slide, right?
And I would
Okay.
like to know, yeah, maybe
Okay.
you have, yeah,
Okay. So
what
this.
will you do in your next internship? Yeah, any examples for the answer that students have already given you?
Okay. No, I mean this is the first questions that are being asked to the ULBI
Oh,
students.
I see.
So
Okay,
basically, the
okay,
answer
okay.
is from the lecture that I have already told just now. So what is the
Oh,
small
just
steps?
now for today's. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. What is
Yeah,
the
I
small
think
step?
this. Yeah, this green, we can say green knowledge. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
they need to really think about this at this small step, like at home, at campus, perhaps. Yeah,
Hmm.
in the
Exactly. Yes.
classroom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when they are doing their assignment or their projects, they need to start to think about this green warehouse or green knowledge,
Green
right?
thinking. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, green thinking. That's right. Green thinking. Okay, I see. So I think we are still waiting for students to ask question. Maybe you can give us a more practical examples about this
Okay.
green thinking, perhaps,
All right.
let's
And
say, for the IT project, very simple.
yes. Okay,
Yes.
so when we are talking about the role to make the warehouse, we change the warehouse into day to day more sustainable means the first easy steps that we can do it is to switch, okay, to switch to the LED lighting in office, in the classroom, in the storeroom. So that one is the small step that we can do it. So because nowadays people are using the fluorescent lighting. So perhaps the LED lighting is a small change that we can do it. All right. So we can find it a lot in Tokopedia. We can find it in Shopee, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
So
yeah,
what
that's right.
yeah, that one is one of the small steps. Maybe okay, maybe as a students, when you are doing a group project, okay, you can initiate a paperless kind of documentation project. For example, if you are were required to produce the prototype, so use the recycle
Ah,
item, okay,
yeah, yeah. Right.
instead of buying the new one. So use the recycle item. So this is some of the small
Mm,
roles that can make a change.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even in rainwater reuse also is part of the green thinking that we can also practice in our
Yeah,
day-to-day
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that's the three things that which is very simple to every one of us to implement.
Okay, Dr. Norida. So we have a question from our participants today from Kurtubi. Okay. Maybe Kurtubi can share us where you are from. Maybe you are from industry or from ULBI or from other universities. Kurtubi. Okay. Kurtubi asks, can you give some examples of final project? Oh, okay. So Kurtubi is from UII, University of, sorry, Islam Indonesia, right? From the Industrial Engineering Study for Program.
Okay, so it's
Can
not
you
from
give
you,
some examples? Yes,
not from
from
ULBI.
UII. We have other participants from other universities also.
That's great. That's great.
Okay.
Okay.
The question is, yeah, can you give some examples of final project titles for undergraduate students on this topic?
Sure. Oh, okay. There is a few, green or sustainable practices which you can engage also with the community. So when we are engaged with the community, that one is also part of the sustainable practice. Remember, we are talking about the CSR. Yeah? So as a student also, we can implement the CSR. So for example, you're assessing the effectiveness of community-based recycling initiative. So how they implement the recycling initiative. So one of the example of the project that you can look into, and then maybe you can talk also, or you can think about the role of youth in climate action. Okay, what is the youth role in climate action? So you try to evaluate maybe school-based, maybe university-based environmental conscious. So this is some of the title. So maybe if you want to talk about the green technology, you can talk about the designing of the biodegradable packaging materials. That one is a bit tough lah, a bit tough. So maybe I can suggest another idea on the impact of green marketing on consumer buying behavior. You see? So this is all the green, okay, green project that you can look into. Green marketing is part of the online, and then how this green marketing are able to change the consumer behavior. So perhaps you can focus into a certain industry, for example, fashion industry. You want to use in FMCG industry, okay? So that one. So you want more title?
I think the scope is very wide. Yeah,
Yeah.
green thinking can go anywhere.
So if
Like the
So maybe
yeah.
if you have a respondent in the SME, so maybe you want to study on the green supply chain practices or green warehouse practices in Indonesian SMEs. What is the challenge? What is the opportunity? Also can. So there's a lot of things that you can study lah if we are talking about the green practices.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
do you take students for PhD, Dr. Norida?
Yes, of course. I have a few
Of
students
course,
now.
students here can contact you, or
Yeah.
my faculty members would like to would like to study further at UITM. Maybe they can contact you. Yeah.
Sure, can.
Okay,
No
we have
issue.
next question from Mahrani. She's from North Sumatra. May I ask how to implement a green warehouse in a household for early childhood? Okay, it's a very good question.
Yeah, very good questions. And not only for the child, it's also for us as well. Okay. So
Yeah, that's
the very easy steps that we can use or can implement is the 3R: reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay, the segregations of the materials is very important. We have to start from our home, but that's the most important. Okay, maybe when we try talk about the reduce, we try to limit a single use of the non-biodegradable toys and materials. Maybe we reduce that kind of toys and materials. We buy the substitute material. So that one is reduced. And reuse means we try to create the DIY toys. So we do it as a group lah. I mean as a family activity. Create a DIY toys. Okay, for example, we are using the cardboard. We are using any recycled materials. So we do it together. Okay, and then in terms of recycle, we try to introduce the labels. Okay, for the bins, for the paper, this bin, for the plastic, this bin, for the organic waste, this bin. So that one, the knowledge we have to start from our home. So that's the most important. I think that one is the first step that we have to try to share lah with our kids.
Yeah, I see. I
Yeah.
think I know a kindergarten that has already implemented that kind of green thinking, yeah. But as parents, we did not realize that at first, yeah. So
Yeah.
actually, children have already been taught about it, but parents did not recognize the green thinking, yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Okay.
the introductions of the 5S thinking from the Japanese is very important. Which is we have to
Ah,
sort. We have to sort. We have to remove all the
mm,
unnecessary items, and then we just keep what we need. That one sort. The 5S. Everyone, I believe you heard about the 5S. The Japanese terms. Okay.
mm,
First one is sort. We set means we organize item for easy access and return. We shine. Shine means we clean the area and tools regularly. Okay, to ensure that all the toys is clean for the goods of the children's, and then we make it standardized. Okay, we have to create a consistent procedures to maintain the first three steps on the top three: sort, set in order, shine, and then of course the last one. Okay, we have to sustain. So we have to build a habit to maintain and improve the green thinking to continuously. The 5S thinking is very important as well.
it's very interesting, yeah, starting from warehouse, industries, campus, universities to early childhood education. Yeah,
So
it's very interesting. Okay.
I believe not
Okay,
everyone
Mahrani.
of us. I believe not everyone of
Mhm,
us here being in the warehouse, so a bit difficult for us to imagine. Okay, so that's why whatever
yeah,
I have here, we try to start from our home. Uh,
that's right. Yeah, yeah, very interesting. Okay, Mahrani said thank you,
also,
Dr. Uh, Norida.
yeah.
So, is there anyone who would like to ask more question? Okay, we have Nila Cahya. Okay, she's from Universities of Borneo Lestari, South Borneo, South Kalimantan. And she asked, could you give any examples of green warehouse implementation that are suitable for SMEs, especially those that store limited quantities of products but require high quality control?
Mhm. Okay, just now we are talking about the LED lighting, right? So same goes to the SMEs as well. Okay, SMEs. Although you have store a very limited quantities of the product, so one of the effort that we or you can implement is the smart lighting. And passive ventilation. So this is very important. So perhaps you may start installing the motion sensor LED, okay, and design window or ventilations for natural air circulation. That's very important because it will able to reduce the energy consumptions, maybe up to 70%. And of course, it can maintain the ideal temperature and humidity. So that's why smart lighting and passive ventilation is very important. It's very it's commonly known for the small SMEs ventilations is is not being in place for the existing building. So that's why we have to create the natural air circulations to ensure that the ideal temperature and humidity is there. Okay, so that one is the first step, I think, for all the SMEs have to do. Okay, number one. And then maybe the next one, eco packaging. Okay, and then eco packaging and returnable container system also can be part of your initiative, because when we implement the returnable container systems ni or the packaging, do eco packaging, we are able to reduce the single use of the packaging. So meaning we are able to reduce the waste. So for example, I'm not sure either you are in which industry. For example, if you are talking about the cosmetic, if you are talking about the fashions or electronic, okay, I mean, you can offer the return and reuse options, especially for the B2B, B2B and B2C client. So that's why eco packagings and returnable container system is very important to ensure that you are not using a single use. You can reduce the waste from there. And maybe you can also think about the opportunity for the solar panel. Of course, it's quite expensive, but maybe we can start small. Okay, start installing the solar panel, which is in a small scales to power the some of the area in your warehouse. So that's basically the step by step that we can do it, and try to, maybe if you want to enhance the brand reputations, apart from the certification that we are discussing just now, you can also explore the ISO 14001 certificate. So most of the company nowadays, if you are having the ISO 14001 certifications, your brand is a bit higher compared to the other branding. So that's why the certifications is also very important. So I hope these three are able to inject some positive vibe for you to implement the sustainable practices in the SMEs. Hope I answer you.
Yeah. How is it, Nila? Okay. Let's move on to the next question, Dr. Norida. We have Noverdi Iwan Setiawan from Petrochemicals Industry, Banten, West Java.
Is it from the
Okay,
industry?
so Nila,
Okay.
Nila said, thank you so much for the explanation. Okay, you're welcome, Nila. Okay, let's continue on to Noverdi. Noverdi from Petrochemicals Industry Banten said, how does green logistics contribute to achieving net zero target? And what are the cost-benefit trade-offs with geopolitics situation now, especially business effect?
Okay. When we are talking about these geopolitical situations, we have to think about this, the impact. Okay, the impact on the whatever action that we are doing. Okay, for example, when we are talking about this high upfront investment. Okay, so of course, when we're talking about investment, initial is very high, but in terms of benefit, we are talking about the long-term cost saving. Especially when we are talking about the cost-benefit trade-off. So, for example, EV. Okay, in order for you to implement the EV, yes, it's very high upfront cost. However, the impact in the long terms, it can reduce a lot in terms of your energy consumptions. When we talk about solar panel power as well, okay, solar power warehouse, okay, eco packaging as well. This is all will also help, okay, to ensure that you are able to save the energy, efficient logistics, okay, and lower the carbon tax liability. Okay, so when we have to understand first, the geopolitical climate first. Only then we will talk about the cost benefit analysis. So the first one, we are talking about the investment. Okay, investment is high. Okay, however, when we are talking about the benefit, it long-term savings. Number one. Number two, for example, we are talking about the limited infrastructure. Okay, limited infrastructure. Okay, and then for example, you want to have a carbon tracking system. Okay, for example, so that one is the impact. Okay, the carbon tracking systems is the impact from the limited infrastructure. However, what is the benefit? Okay, so for example, when we are talking about the green sourcing and reduce exposure to the global uncertainty, okay, so we can be more resilient and agile. Okay, let me go through back. The soalan. Okay, the to achieve the net zero target and what are the cost benefit? Okay, what is the cost benefit trade off?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the importance. Okay, for example, what is the geopolitical influence on green practices? Okay, for example, the first one we are talking about the ESG. Okay, ESG and regulatory pressure. I'm not sure in Indonesia. However, most of the countries, they are looking at the ESG nowadays, environmental, social, and governance. Okay, so this is very important because the climate disclosure rules making the green practices, okay, not an option but is necessary for every organization to implement it. So that's why this is the geopolitical number one, ESG regulations. Number two, perhaps we can touch on the supply chain fragmentations. Okay, for example, ongoing conflicts and trade tensions. For example, US and China nowadays kan keep pushing the company to nearshore productions. That one is the geopolitical tensions that we have to, like it or not, we have to reshaping our logistic flow. So we have to always aware on what is the current situation happening. Only then we are able to think how how all these geopolitical business affect our business. Okay, so what action that we can take? For example, we have to, due to the ESG, we have to leverage our green financing and investment. So that one is no choice anymore. Nowadays, business are talking about the e-invoicing. Yeah? So I believe everyone, in Indonesia, I'm not sure, but in Malaysia, we already have e-invoicing. So that one is part of the ESG implications. So we have to go through. Okay, we have to move forward. All right. So that's why when we are talking about the green logistics, net zero, and geopolitical, we have to ensure that our business strategy. Okay, we have to diversify our business strategy. Our logistic partners. Okay, we have to ensure that we are on track. So we have to understand what is the current situations of the political, okay, and then we have to build the business strategy, especially when we are talking about the compliance just now. So we have to support the net zero and ESG because this is a sticker regulations and it's a cross-border, okay, cross-border impact. So what we have to do, we have to align with the global standard. So this is, we have to understand lah, okay? And then in terms of course, it's a very high short-term cost, but we have to bear in mind that it's going to be long-term cost saving. So that's why even the rising energy and shipping costs become the issue. But what we have to do is we have to shift, okay? We have to shift. Instead of we are importing from China or from US, now we have to have a regional sourcing. So this is the impact from the green logistics towards the net zero from the geopolitical implications. Okay, I hope I answer you.
Yes, it is a very good explanation. So I think for the start, it would be highly cost for the transformations, but as it is a long term, yeah, we can feel the impact after we experience it for in the future. Okay, so Neferdi has said thank you. Okay, I think we are reaching the end of our lectures for today, Dr. Norida. But before I end it, we would like to have photo session. So I encourage everyone to turn on the camera. Oh, wait, I think, okay. So is everyone ready for our photo session?
Ready.
Is Professor Nyoman still here? Professor Nyoman? Okay, so let's just start oh yes, Professor is still here. Okay, we are about to start our photo session. Please be ready. And Mr. Operator, please let us know. Okay,
Okay.
smile everyone.
1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Okay. Second screen.
second. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Okay, so this is the end of our today's lecture. Thank you for everyone who has participated in today's OB Global lecture. Yeah. Thank you very much to Dr. Norida for sharing her knowledge. And it is very important, as I always mention. Okay, to all students and attendees, please don't forget to fill in the attendance form to get the certificate. Let us continue to support global education and cross-cultural collaboration. Have a wonderful day and see you at our next global lecture. And ULBI, Best Talent, Bright Future. Thank you. Goodbye. See you all again later on our 5th episode of OB Global Lecture. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Warahmatullahi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.